All right. We are back.
Back to what?
I think it's been about a month,
Back
maybe
to work.
more. What was it? Our last episode was mid-December,
Yeah,
so
before Christmas.
before New Year's, before all that stuff. So I guess Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year.
Was it all the way back then?
It was all the way back then. We missed the entire month of January. I don't know if we're slacking, if we're lazy, if we just decided to give up on this podcast and stuff.
We had to fix some copyright issues, but we're back.
We did have some copyright issues,
Yeah,
so
those
maybe
damn
that's
cats back at us.
Thundercats. Now, what I mean, so before we started the podcast, we were talking about cartoons in the '80s and things like that. What was your all-time favorite cartoon? Do you have one?
Rocket Power.
Rocket Power.
All-time favorite cartoon.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It's four kids, like three dudes and a guy, or three guys and a girl, and they
You're all over the
live.
place.
Three dudes and a
Three
guy.
dudes and a guy.
It's a really weird show, but they live by a beach and they work at a place called the Shack, and they basically like skateboard and surf and do any sort of outdoor activity per episode every day. So just.
And what did that come on? Have you ever heard of it?
Nickelodeon.
Yeah?
Nickelodeon.
It's a thing?
They basically took Tony Hawk Pro Skaters, like the video game's popularity, and made it into a kids show.
Yeah. Skating, surfing, anything you can think of, they did it.
Let's do a 900, bro.
Yeah.
Did you go out and try to do any of those things?
No, I sat on the couch and enjoyed them.
I enjoyed that. I just watched it.
Yeah, that was my extent.
Yeah, I think I've been on a skateboard a couple times in my life. One time did not end very well. I got my ass on the skateboard and I hit like the crack in the sidewalk. And skateboard stopped. I didn't. Landed on my back, knocked the wind out of me. Thought I was going to die. Worst experience, I think, of my entire life.
Hey, look.
Sorry you had to go through that.
I had the exact opposite. I stepped on the skateboard went, and I didn't. And it went backwards.
Yeah, okay, back.
I fell forward.
Oh my gosh, man. What about you? Favorite cartoon? Do you have one?
Jeez, I don't even know. I'll go old school. Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
There you go.
That is interesting. Who's your favorite character on Dragon Ball Z?
It depends. Pre or post Cell Saga?
Both. Enlighten us.
Yes. Enlighten us.
Gohan was supposed to be the future.
Right.
And the fans were like, no, we love Goku. So then they wrote off Gohan as a wimp.
Wow.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Goku's pretty badass, though.
Yeah, well.
So who's your favorite? It doesn't really tell us.
Sounds
Team
like Gohan.
Team Gohan.
All right. Well, we have a couple people joining us here on Instagram. We'll wave to all of them. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us in the middle of a podcast. How about that? The Second Take Disputed podcast. We're back after a while. And as you can see, we're in our small conference room, our office, our home away from home, as we call it.
Oh, yeah.
I think my all-time favorite cartoon, I'm kind of weird. I don't really have one, but I am old school kid of the 80s, so the He-Man, like we talked about
Skeletor.
Skeletor was so badass. Are you kidding me? Everybody used to love on some He-Man. Oh, look at him. He's so thick and he's so diesel. But Skeletor was a skeleton with muscles. That's badass. You tell me who can do that bad.
Hey, you drink your milk and you get that.
And you get that.
He drank a lot of milk.
Muscles with a skeleton. Huh? You love that?
Yeah, I look up a picture. I've seen him on some insurance commercials recently.
Yeah, those insurance commercials are friggin' hilarious. So long, suckers!
Oh, man.
I love it. I have a little Skeletor on my desk.
Oh,
Got it as a Christmas gift.
Who gave you that?
The intern gave it to me because I was so nice and so great to them as they came through.
Civil intern?
Got you all shot. We thought it was one of your electrical interns. You were gonna get
We
all
don't have
mad.
any
Oh,
electrical
you son of a
interns.
bitch!
That's why I'm shocked. You know, we're sitting around doing our own stuff.
Yeah, well, I think that was our first intern we've had in quite some time. So, yeah, but that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I have that. I am a fan of toys, as you all know. So,
Favorite toy?
Yeah.
oh man, all time,
Growing up.
I would have to say Transformers,
Yeah.
the original.
Oh,
The original Transformers.
shit.
So not the crazy shit you have going on now. They were all now are mostly plastic. So the Transformers back in the day had some plastic to it, but they also had some metal to them as well.
I know, I had some.
And
Some of those
and
like
those-
little DeLoreans that turned into a legit Transformer.
yeah, those were the good old days. I think Soundwave was my all-time favorite because he was a boombox, and who doesn't like boomboxes, right? So he also had the little cartridges or the little cassette tapes that came with them.
Oh, yeah, well,
So-
he also didn't talk.
He had his little weird ass metallic voice. Eject, eject. What are you talking about? He didn't talk. Stop that. Bumblebee didn't talk, sir. Actually, I guess he did talk on the
Talk
old
through the radio.
cartoons.
Uh-huh.
He was like a little kid too.
Yeah.
Which I always thought was funny. The Bumblebee movie was pretty cool. Have you guys seen that?
I have not.
Just watched Venom. That was pretty good.
Venom is
Dude.
pretty good.
Anybody super psyched and pumped about Carnage? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
We do know what you're talking about.
Oh, the Rock, right?
No,
That's
no,
Rampage.
no.
He
I'm
stayed
talking-
through the post-credit scenes, right? When he went to the prison.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, by the way. But the movie's been out for a few months now, so if you haven't seen it yet, it's kind of your fault.
It's. I think it's free on Netflix now. So
Not yet.
no, not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, Ant-Man and Wasp is what came out for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
What
But-
did they say at the credits?
No, they hinted
Hinted.
at for the sequel. Carnage is going to be in it, and it's going to be starred by no other than
Woody. I know him as Woody.
Woody Harrelson.
Are you saying
Carnage.
Carnage is a sequel to Rampage?
Carnage is a character.
What?
In the comic book
What?
universe.
Where are you?
So we're not talking about the Rock movie Rampage with the giant monkey?
What?
No.
No.
We are certainly not talking about
We're talking about
that
Venom.
dungeon shit.
Gotcha. All right.
Rampage is a movie made based off of an old video game.
Video game, which I don't think was even.
It's
I
not.
don't think the
not
movie
remotely adaptation
connected
of
at
it.
all.
It's just like, hey, we're gonna show some big monsters that can go on a rampage and call it
Yeah.
a rampage.
Yeah. Hey, my boss lady joined in. Hi, Janine. How are you? Thanks for joining. We are doing our podcast right now. Believe it or not. Handsome Shrek. Look at this guy, huh? Beard's weird.
It's growing.
But getting back to talking about Venom real quick. So you didn't sit
I
through
watched
the,
the end.
So you saw when he went to the prison and talked to Cletus Cassidy, I believe is his name.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
He's
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson, redheaded dude. He was a psycho
Yeah.
guy inside
Yeah.
a cage.
So did you notice what he was writing on the wall?
He's writing Eddie Brock and all. He's like, when I get out of here, it's gonna be carnage.
Okay, so it was the build-up for the sequel.
Yeah,
Yes.
because when Eddie
You got
Brock,
it now?
I just rewatched the scene in my head.
because fun fact, when Eddie Brock was in prison in the comic books, his cellmate or the cell next
Spoiler
to
alert
him.
for the comic books.
Spoiler for the okay. If you haven't read the comic
If
books,
you haven't read the 30-year-old comic books.
his cellmate or the cell next to him was that character, which ends up getting out and getting dripped on by Venom and becomes the Red Carnage.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
It's dripped on by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the movie is a little bit different than
the comic book.
comics. So as
You
you
just
know,
gotta touch it once in the comics and then you get infected.
it's
It's
a whole thing.
It's a little bit different. It's almost like
symbiote.
the symbiote isn't like it's dependent upon person and doesn't have its own.
Yeah.
You guys read the comic books?
Well, why you say it like that? Like that's a problem.
Well, because I don't know anyone who does. So it was more of just out of my
Whoa!
Wait a minute, sir.
Whoa!
I don't know anyone who reads comic books.
Anyone in life?
Not that it's come up in conversation.
Wow, that just.
Do you know a lot of people that read comic books?
We know each other.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. We're the only people in the whole world that read comic books.
Hey, that's why we're raking in all the cash, because we help push the comic book idea into the movies.
I didn't realize you guys had something set up for this.
Yeah. Well, shit. That's a whole podcast on its own, talking about comic books and things like that.
Well, we're just getting started.
We are just getting started. We're back at it after so long. We'll do a quick segue and talk about this Super Bowl the other day. No,
Tom Brady, the GOAT.
I'm not going to stand for that today, sir.
He's the GOAT.
I'm not going to stand. He doesn't even like to be called GOAT.
Okay.
He said don't call him that.
Okay. Well, he also is a
So
weird dude.
Well,
He didn't say don't call him weird, dude.
he did not say that.
He's a weird dude.
You guys all know how I feel about it.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
No. I would never call. I don't believe in that at all anyway, any of that stuff. Yeah, so people always want to say, who's better this guy, who's better that guy, what era is best, not best, and things like that. When at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Enjoy what we have right now. Enjoy where you are in the moment. Because after that, it's just always going to be comparison that, well, this person I think was better. But this person has 3 Super Bowl wins. This one has 4. Well, I don't know.
Well,
he's got 6, and he's been to 9.
Well, hey, let's
Enjoy it.
Let's segue that to that Legends commercial during the Super Bowl. Did you guys watch that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see all the backlash and all the everyone loves to complain about something? Did you guys hear all the complaints coming in?
Did not
about
hear
that?
any complaints.
The biggest complaint, and they're going right in articles, but you can find articles all over the place.
Talking about the commercial with all the NFL players.
All the NFL
It's
players.
a great commercial, by the way.
Yeah.
I think the best commercial of the whole damn night.
It's the best commercial in the last
They had
decade.
the perfect personnel in each
Yes.
position.
Yes.
Well, and here's the thing, because people love to bitch and complain. If you don't have something to bitch and moan about, you're not in America.
Right.
Well, guess what? They're like, you make this commercial with all the greats for a Super Bowl, and the greatest Super Bowl quarterback of all time, you purposely make him throw an interception. That's unrealistic. Joe Montana in the commercial gets intercepted by Deion Sanders. And now people are bitching, moaning, and complaining.
I'm sure Joe isn't too offended or
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
It's laughable.
It's
It's
no
laughable that people find something to complain about. The
Yeah.
best commercial in the last 10 years.
Yeah. Well, you know how it is. It's a great commercial.
It was.
The commercial was better than the damn game, I'll tell you that.
Well, Tom Brady was like, "Here, hold my rings." Was that Baker Mayfield holding them?
Oh my God! I'll never see these in Cleveland. That's right, I said it. Never see them in Cleveland.
Well, I mean, hell, even the weather hates Cleveland.
Everybody hates Cleveland.
I mean, I don't think Cleveland's seen the sun in about.
Do we have fans in Cleveland? Probably not now.
They all walked off. No, they're all shaking their head,
Sons
going.
of bitches.
They're all shaking their heads, going, "Yep, you're right. You're right."
Cleveland does suck. What can we say? Cleveland does suck.
Oh God.
Yes. All right. So what is the plan going forward, boys? Are we gonna stick to doing this every Tuesday? Are we going to bullshit it up and miss another month and a half like we did? What is the plan?
Depends how many more cruises Handsome Shrek's got planned.
Oh,
Hey.
tell us about the cruise.
Yeah,
My man Shrek was on a cruise
Segway.
with his lovely lady.
Mm-hmm.
We're a big fan. Hi, Sarah. If you're not tuned in, you should be.
Uh-oh.
How about that? How about that?
Well, look. What's her call sign then? If you're gonna go ahead and call her out.
Oh, I guess, would it be too easy to just call it Fiona? Or, let's see. Let's think of something.
Handsome Shrek
Maybe
over
you
here.
all can come up with something. Do in the comments.
Yeah, Fiona's pretty good. I'm trying to think of outside of Shrek references.
Mm-hmm.
But is there any outside of Shrek references? I mean, he is handsome Shrek, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah.
He does have a weird beard, though.
Yeah.
Beard's weird, but it's not. It's awesome.
Because I said so. My beard is awesome because I said
No,
so.
it is Jamaican certified.
Oh!
Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
You got that on paper?
Oh, hey, I got the special handshake and everything, but then the
Did
only
they
problem
stamp that?
was the guy's like, now you got to come to my shop, and I'm like, no, thank you. He's like, but you got to walk by it anyway. I'm like, no, thank you. He's like, well, come by it anyway. I'm like, no, thank you. And I had to tell the guy, I tell you what, if you want to start a business and you need to find employees to sell, like if you're like a business just for guys to go out there, bang on doors and sell shit, go to Jamaica, because they are the most ruthless, persistent sellers of anything I've ever... Like, I said it 15 times, and I still had to go, no, that's okay. No, thank you. It's like, you don't like saying no to somebody. You don't want to disappoint them.
Did you end it with respect?
Oh,
Because you
absolutely.
got to say respect. You got to say it.
Gotta say respect.
And that's like saying bye. So you got to say it, and then that'll end the conversation.
Or you say no thank you with respect. Bye.
No,
not with respect.
No, thank you.
Just
Thank
plain
you.
old
Respect.
Respect. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did like the little thing, and we call it respect.
Then you picked your pocket.
Yeah. Where's my watch?
I was flat busted broke at that point.
Oh man! All right, we're gonna sign off of the Instagram Live, but we will be back next Tuesday. Book it. I didn't set it, so how about that? We're gonna keep it rolling on the podcast, though. How
Cash
about
us
that?
on the podcast. How about that? Like cash me outside. How about that?
Cash us on the podcast. How about that? We are so funny, man. It's ridiculous, I tell you what. But yeah. So how was the trip? How was Jamaica aside from having to
the haircut.
fight him off?
Insane. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Good.
It was funny though, because going back through customs, get back to the cruise ship, there's like 4 or 6 people getting arrested because they tried to take drug paraphernalia back from Jamaica onto the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Good luck with no money, no passport, none of your things, and spend a night inside a Jamaican prison.
So is it Jamaican prison or is it the cruise ship prison? Because
Jamaican prison.
Yeah, because they were going through Jamaica customs.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
When I went to, where were we took a cruise for spring break and we went to Bahamas or somewhere, and it wasn't American owned, so Bahamas are American owned, but it might have been Nassau or something, and they had guys asking you right when you got off the ship, like, oh, you want cocaine or weed, or we got everything, Viagra, we got it all, and then they go up and down asking people. We're like, no, none of that. And then as we're walking back, we see the same guy talking to all the police officers about these people. And it's like, you can't trust anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
He was just
Got you covered.
low-key
Got you
narc.
covered. Yeah, he may have been actual police.
Yeah. Or just
trying
working for him.
trying to get the dumb kids.
Yep.
It's one of those things.
Well, and I tell you what, I guarantee you they got a nice, good little scam going on those little islands.
Oh, yeah.
Where, no, I'm talking like, you go to like a Senior Frogs or Margaritaville, your job is to get them hammered drunk so they miss the cruise ship. Because guess what? Instead of them having to find a way to get back home, they already have all the travel service set up where, you like, say you get left in Grand Cayman, you could go ahead and pay us. I was going to put it on a credit card, whatever, or you can do it is when you land and get on back onto the ship. We'll take all your information down, but we'll fly you to the next island where you can meet your cruise ship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
They said, I'll tell you what, why not? They'll go ahead and get an extra like $600 out of people.
So, lesson learned. Don't miss.
Don't miss a cruise ship.
Don't miss, what is it called? Invocation, demarcation, whatever the hell.
I don't know. Just
Get your ass back on the ship, basically.
Don't underestimate Jamaican customs.
Well, here's a fun fact too. The crazy society we live in these days. It's called when your cruise ship. Some of these cruise ships are too large to make it to like any kind of port where you're actually docked.
Right, so you got to get on that little
So
shuttle boat thingy.
It's called a tender. It's tendering back and forth. But because tender too closely resembles the word Tinder, they had to change it to water taxiing because people complained that the cruise ship was promoting a dating website app.
Is this a specific company or all cruise ships?
That is the most ridiculous thing I've
I
ever
don't
heard.
even know how that would.
It's because it's literally called tendering. and because on the cruise ship it's called tendering, people complained about it.
I would more say there's no way people complain about it. There's no, it just doesn't even make sense.
People complain about everything.
That's true, but I don't see them changing it because of that. I would more see copyright infringement type thing as opposed to, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't. I mean, tinder is also what you use to start a fire. So
whoa.
Yeah, I'm saying it is what it is.
No, that's that sparky fiery stuff is what you just call that.
Yeah, they call that fire taxi now.
Fire taxi.
Fire taxi.
And there it is. I think on that note we will go ahead and end this one.
What?
But we are back. We're back, kids. So we're gonna go next Tuesday. We'll be right here, and hell, maybe we'll even throw in some extra ones and just do them as we see fit. But Tuesday is our dedicated day to do it. Otherwise, we'll just throw some shit in and get crazy. Because we are crazy.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. So, that's that. All right, String Bean. Tell everyone good night.
Good night, everyone.
Say good night, Shrek.
Good night, Shrek.
This is Shorter in Person. We are out of here.